Not Quite
Darkness
is a podcast that contains spoilers, opinions, and general. Listener discretion is advised.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you so much for tuning in to another wonderful episode of Not Quite Darkness. My name is Keith Brooks, and with me, as always, is James C's iPad 3. Mr. Chad Downey. Chad, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, Keith. Don't get excited about my outfit for this one.
I'm so stoked.
You should not be.
I hope you're a lesbian vampire. That's
I was just teasing you.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's a nice shirt. I mean, it's got a labyrinth on it. I like that.
Yeah. David Bowie, he's the man.
He's the man. What's the Funko Pop you're featuring? The fly? Is that a Brundle fly?
That's correct.
Fuck yeah. That's a much better movie than what we're watching this time.
No joke. Oh my God.
But in case you're new to this, here's what we do. We are old men who sit and talk about movies that were released in the olden days in the 1980s. We follow the In Search of Darkness documentary and watch every fucking movie on this list and tell you what we think about it, whether it's a good movie, what we would remake of it is, what our remake ideas are, and like true olds, we tell you what Funko Pops we would make of the movie as well. So this week, David Bowie's second appearance on the podcast with The Hunger, directed by one of those Scott kids. Which one, Tony? Is it Tony?
It is Tony Scott, yes.
I think so too. And this is Chad's favorite movie. He was so excited to watch this one. Chad, how you feeling about it?
I think this movie was a slog to get through.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about it. Maybe we'll have a good time talking about it. I certainly didn't have a good time watching it. I can tell you that.
Is this your first time watching it, or have you watched it?
No, I've watched it before, and somehow it was worse this time.
See, I've watched it one time before, and I enjoyed it much more this time around than I did the first time around. But that doesn't mean I liked it as much as, like, say, Spider-Man Brand New Day, which is everyone's favorite movie. But I do think, because I watched it, like, last Monday, and I think the slow-motion dove scene is still playing on the TV right now. But we'll get into this vampire movie that's afraid to say the word vampire.
Yeah, everything. It's like it's crazy that it's a vampire movie because it's not a vampire movie.
Yeah, should be, but it's not.
Yes, exactly. Like David Bowie being a vampire sounds pretty awesome to me.
Sounds great. Sounds incredible. But he's not. He's just an old dude.
Yes, exactly.
He's not even a cat person. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So it's The Hunger, like you said, Keith. It starts off with like an MTV music video from that time frame. Like that's 100% like what we're watching.
Straight up. And I've watched two movies this week that had intros that were so fucking disgusting. Like, what are you doing with the camera right now? It was this and Air Bud 2, Golden Receiver. Both were like, what the fuck am I watching? And that's what this is. Because there's a guy in a fence or something, and he's yelling, and then it's slow motion people gyrating, and it's like a predecessor to the Blade blood rave scene, but that's much better.
Much better. And it is a club or something like that. And then we meet Catherine Deneuve. I love her.
I love her too. Also, I think the band is Bauhaus, which I do like, but I think they're doing a weird thing here. Anyway, go ahead.
So we meet her and David Bowie. And I feel like that when we see them, they're like, you said precursor to Blade. I feel like it's almost like a precursor to The Matrix. Their outfits are like, they look straight out of The Matrix to me. I mean, they just look dope. They looked awesome. Mm-hmm. But again, it's still this music video going on. But they pick up these two people, I guess, at the club, and they take them back to their place. And already we're seeing boobs.
Yeah, right off the bat.
right off the bat. But then to be a vampire movie, they kill them, but they don't kill them in the traditional vampire way.
Yeah. They have little necklaces that are ankh shaped that hide little tiny knives that are like nail files, and they just like stab, stab, stab with them.
Yes. They stab, and then we don't even see them drink any blood. Like, it's pretty, I don't want to say gory, but I mean, it's pretty bloody as far as that goes. But it's weird that it's so bloody without like really showing anything.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm just not sure what they were going for. This is really like an A24 vampire film.
Well, A24 vampire film would be better, but go ahead.
I don't know. It would just be longer, I think is what it would be. Yeah. That's the good thing that this movie has going for it, is that it's like, it's in and out. It doesn't feel like it's in and out, but at least it's like 90 minutes long.
Well, we get to see a little in and out. Go ahead.
So then next we meet Susan Sarandon.
Mm-hmm.
She's a doctor, and she is like testing animals.
I hated this part.
The monkey?
Yeah, like, it just made me feel bad for the monkey. There's one scene where they're aging the monkey by the second, and you're just seeing him crawl and die, and I hated everything about it.
Yeah, it's terrible. But this part, the monkey's going crazy, almost like Rage from 28 Days Later or something.
And killing its monkey cellmate. And,
yes, exactly.
And we're doing what the movie loves to do twice. It does it twice. It should do it a third time, but it refuses to. Where it's like, it's juxtaposition cutting, right? So we see Bowie and Catherine Deneuve killing somebody, and the monkey killing somebody. And then later we'll see a similar thing with aging. And there should be a third one there in the rules of thirds, but there's not. Or I zoned out. I don't know.
I don't really remember, but again, the movie was already long enough. So, and so after the murder, Deneuve and Bowie have sex in the shower.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, two hot people going at it. I mean, that's what's going on.
Yeah.
And then Susan Sarandon, what she's actually trying to figure out, she's trying to figure out what's wrong with her monkey, but she's really testing, like you said, the aging like process. She's trying to, like, not necessarily reverse aging, but stymie the aging process, and she's testing, on monkeys. And
she's doing research about the disease progenia, I think is what it's called, which is when you're young and you age rapidly, and it often comes with malformities and stuff like that. So that's what they're doing. Also, James C's iPad does like zoom ins on you every now and then, and it's crazy. Go ahead.
Yes, I don't know what's wrong with my computer, so I gotta get that fixed. But yeah, we're doing some iPad zooming on. But yeah, it's what you're talking about. So they're doing tests because this is a real life thing,
Mm-hmm.
where if you have this, the average life expectancy is like 16 years old or something like that. So they're trying to like stop that from happening, which is a good parallel to what's going on in this film.
Yeah,
I think, as far as that goes, but it's just whatever. And so then a young girl shows up at Deneuve's and Bowie's house.
And this girl is phenomenal. Like, this girl is the best actor in the entire movie.
She's completely natural.
Not so natural, and so it reminds me of like a young Jodie Foster. You know what I mean? Just like innately talented and should have been a star, and I don't think ever did anything else. So.
Yeah, because I definitely didn't recognize her, from then. So she shows up, and she's like, I don't know if she's taking violin lessons or something like that. And David Bowie's playing with her, but he messes up.
Yeah. And
he like excuses himself.
Yeah.
Because he's not happy that he messed up. And then he's looking at himself in the mirror, and he like sees that he has crow's feet.
Yeah. Well, she also shakes a photo of him because she has a cutting edge technology Polaroid camera and has the instant photo, and we see him and he keeps staring at that photo and then having flashbacks of, I suppose, when Catherine Deneuve turned him or whatever the situation is and promised him forever. And even when they're having sex in the shower early on, he keeps saying forever, my darling, or whatever he says to her. So he's like, he's hung up on getting her to repeat the idea of they'll be together forever, which becomes a thing for him. But go ahead.
Yeah, because I just feel like once he starts getting old, he knows immediately that like this is, so it's almost like he kind of knew this was coming, or it's just like,
well, it seems like she had others. I mean, obviously,
yeah,
by the end of it, and that they will live forever. It just they won't stay
terrible.
forever what they are.
Yeah. So I guess maybe maybe that's what it was. He just knew like this was inevitable, if you will. And just doesn't really like play into it. But then if she then goes and she meets Susan Sarandon at her book signing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they meet there, but they don't. Nothing really happens.
It
feels, with that. They just meet.
Yeah, it almost feels as if she's going to talk to her about the aging thing, and then chickens out, and then Bowie will later approach her for the same reason.
Yeah, because I was like, "What's?" I don't know what she went there for because we didn't see it,
Yeah,
and then back to Bowie, like his hair's falling out, so he is aging fairly rapidly based on and so he confronts the Niv, and he wants to know basically how long he has, like based on her past lovers.
Yeah,
how long, and it's not long,
no.
like at all. It's like days. I feel like it's what she's saying, and he also wants to know like who's going to take his place.
Yeah.
So like he knows the whole drill. Like he knows what's going on. But then to your point, he goes to see Dr. Sarandon, and because again she's doing this anti-aging thing. Sounds like this might work, and she sees him in the waiting room, and she tells him just like to wait, and she'll be with him like in 15 minutes or something like that. And then he sits there, and it's longer than 15 minutes, but he just ages. He keeps aging and aging, like significantly so, while he's just waiting on her.
And while he looks like he's a detective from a 1930s story, because he's like trench coat and fedora and all that stuff, and just starts lighting up and smoking in the middle of this doctor's office, and like that's fine, I guess, for the time period. But this is what's juxtaposed against the monkey dying and crawling and aging by the minute. I do want to have a quick interjection here. Before we started recording, you and I were talking about Spider-Man Brand New Day. We've both seen it. We both love it more than anything. My favorite part of the movie, my favorite part of the entire movie, is there's a scene where you cannot convince me Tom Holland didn't watch Columbo and add this moment in when he's talking to Metzger and he's like, "Oh, one more thing. The word VMAX, does that mean anything to you?" Like, and it says it's so fucking Columbo. I was so happy. Anyway, go ahead.
I don't even know where to go back in. I don't even know where your brain went to bring that up. It's so funny. So eventually, like Bowie, he gets mad and he just leaves. But when he leaves, he's an old man now.
Yeah.
He's straight up old. And then he like goes and attacks a roller skater, like a random roller skater.
This is the worst scene. But also on his way out, he sees Susan Sarandon and she's like, the fuck happened to you? Because it's been like an hour, 2 hours, something like that. But then we cut to a roller skater for what feels like 45 minutes before Bowie even shows up. Like there's choreography, there's all this, and I was like, is this one of our main characters? No, it's just a random person.
It lasts as long as Kevin Bacon in Footloose when he's doing his dance in the warehouse.
Absolutely.
But that was integral to the story, Kevin Bacon. This is just a random roller skater. And Bowie just shows up and like kind of stabs the person, but like doesn't drink his, like just runs
away. Like, and hobbles away because he's an old man now. And so I don't know if he didn't have the strength for it or I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand. But it's kind of like it was like a studio note. It was like, hey, it's been a while since we've seen some killing. You guys need to kill somebody.
And also, we're trying to plug roller skates, so if you can make those.
Yeah, it was wild. So then the young girl, young violinist comes back to the house. But only old David Bowie's there.
Yeah.
And he asked her to like play for him.
And she keeps saying, "Are you John's dad? Because you have the same eyes." And he also has the same fucking voice and clothes, lady. He didn't change any of that either.
I mean, that's true, but I mean, yes, it would be his dad. Like, if you think about the real world, you would think like, oh, this dude just aged, 50 years since the last time I saw him. But sadly, he attacks and kills.
Yeah. A great setup of suspense, though, like, because you know it's going to happen, and I found myself at least like, no, don't kill her. She's the best actor in the movie, and then he does it anyway, and blood on the music notes.
Yeah, and again, but he just same old little stabby thing. That's all it is.
And then we see him, and he's just older. Like, I don't know, it didn't do anything to help him, or is he so far past it that nothing can help him?
Just feel like if they would start killing people more, if that's what helped, if that's what made it. But if that's the case, they don't make that clear.
Or they're just saying that old people like to kill people. I don't know what the thing is.
Right, but I mean, I really don't know about you, Keith. But like, I'm ready for some vampires in this. I feel like Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Is there going to be any
dinosaurs,
vampires in this vampire movie? Exactly. I don't understand.
I do want to see Jeff Goldblum in Vampire Park now. That would be fucking incredible.
So Deneve comes home, and she finds like a super duper old David Bowie. He's like Grandpa in Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Absolutely.
That's what he looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
And his best acting, I think David Bowie is better in a lot of movies. Like, I even think he's better in the SpongeBob movie, right?
He's pretty good in Labyrinth.
He is. Yeah, I think he's much better in Labyrinth. But his best moment in this movie is when he's trying to kiss her, and he keeps like doing the shakes because he's so old. I was like, that's painful to watch, and so good.
Yes, and he wants to be killed because again, he's so old, and I don't know if she won't do it or can't. I'm not sure like what the scenario is, but she basically takes him and puts him down like in a coffin in their house.
And it looks like that once she goes upstairs, she has a set from a Whitesnake video just waiting for her. And that's the coffin.
There's like curtains flowing in the hallway.
And moonlight hitting perfectly and doves flying through. Yes. And there's like a scene later where like a cop comes to talk. And the cop's in a lot of stuff. The cop's wonderful, and he has 2 scenes in this movie. But anyway, he's like looking at a painting or something, and curtains blow in synchronicity beside him. And like he just like pretend like this is normal. If that ever happened to a real person, they'd be like, "What the fuck just happened?"
That's fine. So she puts him in the coffin, and then we see there's other like multiple coffins. So again, we already knew that this had happened before, but now we see it's happened a lot. Before. But man, this movie is moving at a snail's pace. A snail's pace.
But it's also like, okay, so she put them in the attic in what I think is an exposed area because of all the birds and the wind and all that stuff. Wouldn't you do a basement? Because I feel like old people near to the sun is going to smell terrible. But that's just my thought.
I thought it was the basement too the whole time. And then at the end of the movie, we'll hop ahead real fast. When she like runs out and she's like near the stairs, I'm like, how the fuck did she get upstairs? Because I thought she was like in the basement. But yes, it's upstairs. It's weird. So then later, Dr. Sarandon shows up and she's looking for David Bowie because, to your point, she saw him leave looking older. And Deneve said that he went to Switzerland, I guess, for testing or whatever. But then she leaves, and the cop is the dad from Clueless. That's what he is to me.
What is he to me? I'll look it up while you talk. Keep going.
Yeah. So the dad from Clueless, he shows up, and he's asking about the violinist because she's a child and she is now, missing. And he's more like Columbo to me than Tom Holland.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in this movie, yes, I agree.
And then meanwhile, the doctor, Sarandon, she's kind of going crazy because she's, I guess, becoming under Deneuve's spell because she has clearly chosen her to take Bowie's place.
Well, and we also see her nipples, which I think is an important thing for us to point out, because I often forget that Susan Sarandon is a sexual being, right? Just because she's always been an older woman my entire existence. But this in Rocky Horror...
I was going to say Rocky Horror. I mean, come on.
Like, she's A-okay. You know what I mean? Like, she's looking nice in this movie.
Yep. So she's kind of going crazy. So she goes back to see Deneuve, and it's so funny because they're just two gals hanging out, drinking some sherry, and but Sarandon spills like the sherry on her shirt.
Yeah,
and Sarandon just takes her shirt off, like you said. It just comes right off right there, just right in front of Deneuve. They just start making out, and we got more booze, Keith.
Yep, I mean, goddamn right we do.
I mean,
I think the dude from the cop, he's always the guy that I think, oh, is that the Quantum Leap guy? No, it's not.
No.
It's the dude from Mulholland Drive. That's who he is to me. And he's also in the Addams Family as Tully Alford. That's who he is as well.
Yes, I do remember him from that. But he's the clueless dad to me, 100%.
We each have our own interpretation.
Yep. So then after this, Sarandon goes out with her boyfriend.
Husband.
It's her husband?
Yeah.
I missed that part, I guess.
Yeah.
So she goes out with her husband, and they argue.
And she orders a rare steak that looks fucking delicious, but she doesn't even touch it. And she's sitting back the clams.
I was going to say, after, like, ordering other things, so she's, like, hungry but doesn't, like, want to eat because she doesn't feel well.
Yeah.
And then, her husband is a doctor as well. I guess he works on these animals and stuff. So they test her blood, and they find that it's mixing with inhuman blood or something. It's not.
Yeah, and the blood specialist, I think, is the coolest character because he is so, like, weird. Like, he's just talking about, you dig, we're going to have razzmatazz in the blood. Because I'm like, what? You don't sound professional at all, but I love it.
I feel like they don't. I know they're professionals. I feel like they don't freak out enough.
Yeah, well, I feel the husband does. The husband is freaking out more than everyone else. Like, but everyone else is seemingly calm about it. Especially cool. Dr. McCool is really cool about it. But yeah.
Yes, but it just doesn't make, like, again, we've looked in human blood. There's inhuman blood in you, and it looks like it's a battle, and the inhuman blood is winning.
Yes. Yeah.
And she's got a bite mark on her arm.
Not a bite mark, but a injection spot. Yeah.
Yeah. God forbid there's a fucking bite mark in this vampire movie.
Yeah.
So she goes back to confront Deneuve. And Deneuve basically says, like, we're a part of each other now. You're a part of me and all this stuff. But she leaves angrily. She's mad at this. And she's gone just long enough to go to a payphone booth and see William Dafoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so freaking funny.
And he's so like, come on, lady. Like, that's all he says.
That's awesome. And, dude, Susan Sarandon has always been old, like, to you or whatever. Older, I should say. Like, William Dafoe looked young as shit.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just like it's 1983. It's not like...
Yeah.
1,000 years ago. And so then, so she goes back to Catherine Deneuve. Deneuve brings someone home.
Before that, she calls, because she's in the payphone calling her husband, and her husband has left her, seemingly, or something like that.
What?
Her husband has left. Her husband has left the. Oh, that's what it was. She lied to her husband and said she was going to a doctor's appointment.
Like a blood doctor.
Blood
specialist or whatever.
Yeah. And then she calls her husband at his doctor's office, and he's already gone, and she can't figure out where he is. And so that's what she's trying to get ahead of. And then she goes back to Catherine Deneuve, and then Catherine Deneuve has brought back some frat boy dude, and yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm going to tell you right now, if I lived in this world, I'd be dead pretty quickly
Yeah,
because Catherine Deneuve would easily bring me back to her house.
absolutely,
Easily. I mean, she
absolutely.
is gorgeous. Um, so apparently, this is for Sarandon to feed on or whatever. But the husband shows up
Yeah,
at Deneuve's house. Um, and I do like this when he comes in and he's like, I'm looking for my wife. She saw you yesterday. She wasn't feeling well. And Deneuve's like, oh, yeah, she's here. She's upstairs. It was like very like nonchalant. I thought that was pretty cool how she played that. Uh, so he goes upstairs to see her, but we don't like see their interaction necessarily or what happens. Uh, but she was at some point, I can't remember when, but like Saranda was like having withdrawals. She was like shaking on the ground. I think maybe before she was supposed to feed or something like that. Maybe that's what was going on.
yeah. I think that's what happened as soon as she gets back from the phone call.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So so again, we don't see the interaction, but later Saranda comes down and she's just covered in blood.
yeah,
Presumably, she's killed her husband
yeah.
and fed on him. But yet again, we don't see any vampire attack in this vampire movie. And so the two ladies kiss. Uh, Listen, I like Tony Scott. I think the camera work here is very bad because it's hard. It was kind of hard to tell, like
Who was
what.
doing what?
Yes, and
Yeah,
I don't know if that was like intentional, so you don't really know. But like, I just feel like based on the outcome, that's not really how they should have played it. Then, like, it should have been
yeah.
very obvious what was going on
Because
here.
I thought, because somebody grabs for something, and I thought it was Catherine Deneuve grabbing for it, but it turns out it's Susan Sarandon grabbing for it, and it just doesn't. I feel like we're too close, and
Yes,
and we can't see it.
yeah, and we can't see what's going on. But Sarandon grabs the onk, the stabby onk, and stabs herself in the neck with it.
Yeah, and then she's Catherine Deneuve. I forgot what the line was, but the line was pretty good. Where Catherine Deneuve is like, it's supposed to be forever, forever, and she's like, I can't, like, or something like that.
Yeah, I mean that I like that, but I feel like I told you the movie moves at a snail's pace. I just feel like Sarandon. There's like two scenes where she's becoming this, and we're not seeing the struggle
Yeah,
really. And so, yeah, but yeah, she can't do it uh, to the point to where like when she stabbed herself, I was like, why did she even do that? Like, I get it now, you know what I mean? But it was like it wasn't clear
yeah.
that she wasn't on board for this
Yeah,
at all.
and it's like it doesn't even feel like she knows what all of this is. Like if it's
Yes.
just, I get that, I get to fuck Catherine Deneuve forever. Yeah, sounds great. Like, but she doesn't even know the downsides yet. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Unless she's like put it together that that's what David Bowie's thing was, but we didn't see her do that.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, so because she stabbed herself in the neck and she's like halfway dying, if you will, Danude takes her down to the coffins. But for some
Takes her up
reason,
to the coffins.
golly, yes, takes her up to the coffins, which is the dumbest thing. For some reason, though, her old lovers are awake and they are out.
Yeah.
So I don't understand like why because
So
they're out and they're not happy.
they're not, well, definitely not. But I think it's like it's the old guard idea of like you can never die, but you're old enough where like we're putting you in this, right? And you're just going to be forever alive in this coffin. Like that's the horrible thing of it. But I guess Bowie wasn't fully cooked yet, and so maybe he's the one that pushed it up or
And
something.
then and got everybody out.
Yeah.
Okay. Like again, I could see that, but maybe like let's
Show it.
actually see that.
Yeah.
you know. So they attack her, um, and this is when she runs out of the room and she's at the top of the stairs, and I'm like, what? What is this house like? I don't understand
Yeah.
the layout.
Yeah.
So she's at the top of the stairs and she falls over the stair railing,
Yeah.
um, and when she lands, she's like writhing in pain, but she's growing old now.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
Which
weird.
I don't understand
I don't
some
either.
of these rules, but she's growing old. And it almost seems like as she is growing old, her lovers finally die. It just because don't they like turn to dust, if you will?
Yeah.
Which I get that is, I mean, that's the trope of the head vampire.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes the head vampire dies. Then you're good. All the other vampires die. So I get that, but
I think it's also like combined with the Sith rule of two. Like maybe if your buddy kills you, then or does something to you, then that breaks everything. Maybe, but then the next scene sort of discounts that because, well, I mean, 2 scenes from now, because the next scene is Columbo. But yeah, go ahead.
Correctly, clueless dad. He comes. It's clearly later, but he comes back. But the house is being sold.
Yeah.
And so then later, like you're talking about, Sarandon is there in the house, and it seems like she's the new head vamp.
Is it this house or a different house?
Oh, I don't know the layout of this house, so I have no idea where she is.
Agreed. It looks like, because I think Catherine Deneuve's house is in San Francisco, and I think this new house is in Italy for some reason. Because it looks like a European city that they're overlooking, and somehow she has a child and a lady friend with her, and I don't know where they came from.
Correct me if I'm wrong, though. We see Deneuve, or like we see the coffin where Deneuve is in, right?
Yeah, but now it's in a basement, and now it's like in a
different place.
So
that leans credence to your thought that it is a different house. Okay. Yeah. And so basically the cycle has started anew with
the new mama vampire. Yeah.
Correct. And that's it. That's the end of this shitty movie.
Yeah, and there's no Bowie song at the end. I wish there was. I don't get me wrong. I get Catherine Deneuve being scared because there's nothing scarier than a bunch of olds. But and
they were old. They were Texas Chainsaw Massacre old. So
yeah,
they
definitely,
were old.
Definitely. And I liked it more this time, but I still didn't like it a lot. I have problems with, like, it's not enough of anything. Like, it should be more erotic. It should be more explanatory. It should be further into that direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it was just kind of like boring and slow.
Yeah.
And yes, if you have hot people in it like you did, make it more erotic. Vamp it, have people biting people on the neck. Like, again, that's a part of the eroticism of vampires.
Absolutely. Even in the shower, when we see Bowie and Catherine Deneuve, I'm straight. I'd fuck both of them. But even when they're like doing it, neither one of them seem really happy about doing it. Like, it feels very stilted, right? Like,
yes,
Susan Sarandon stuff, we got a little bit happier, but I want more of that the entire time. Even if you want to have this be... Well, I guess this goes into my sort of remake. So let's do the remake stuff now.
Well, before that, what would you give this as far as a rating goes?
I think I gave it 3, maybe 2.
3, Keith.
My meter's off. But yes, I think, like, there's some good elements.
This is a 2-star film, is what this
That's
is.
Fine. I'm fine with that.
You're like, this movie sucked. I think I gave it 3 stars.
I see why some people would like it. I am just not one of those people. And it did grow on me more than the first viewing. Do you think it needs to be on this list?
No, I don't know why it's on the list, quite frankly.
I think it's because it's Tony Scott and lesbians. I think that's the only reason it's on the list. And I think there are probably better lesbian movies, and I don't care if they're better Tony Scott movies. Rest in peace. But, you know, I just don't think it's great.
No.
Yeah.
It's not.
What's your Funko Pop of it?
It would be like a 2-pack. It would be Bowie and Deneuve at the beginning.
Oh, that's
looking
great.
dope as hell. Yep.
Yeah. I would do Bowie as an old man sitting in the chair
with a fedora
and a cigarette, and clearly in a doctor's waiting room, right?
Exactly.
So let me pitch you my remake idea, okay?
All right, let's hear it.
Because I want to do a straight remake of it. I say straight, and I shouldn't. I want to do a homosexual remake of this movie. But I want to lean into all of that sexuality of it. Like, let's make it a fucking erotic vampire movie like it should be, right? Like, make uncomfortable to go see it on a first date. You know what I mean? And I also would love to lean into the idea of A, explaining what the fucking rules are, and B, there are no vampires in this world. There's just whatever this woman is. And every vampire story you've ever heard is a misunderstanding of what she is. She is the root of all of the stories. You know what I mean? And that way you can play with the mythos however you want. It all comes from her and people just got it wrong, right? And then for my cast, for the Deneuve role, I want Charlize Theron.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And then for my for the David Bowie, I don't know how to say his name. Roger Jean Page, is that how you say
Yes.
it?
Yeah, you love him.
I do. I love him. He would be fucking incredible as that role, right? And plus, you get this sort of dynamic of like, where did she take him from, and like all that sort of stuff. Yep. And then Gemma Chan as Susan Sarandon.
Like that.
Yeah, and then I would want Adrian Brody as her husband. And so that's my cast, you know what I mean? Yeah, and lean into the eroticism of it all. Make lesbian sex movie with Charlize Theron and Gemma Chan. Who wouldn't want to see that, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It might beat Spider-Man Brand New Day's opening weekend record.
I mean, it's a big opening weekend. What about you? So I would be shooting web shooters.
Oh, jeez. You pleased yourself with that one.
I did. Thwip. Anyway.
So, yeah, I'm making a movie. It's going to be a remake. But, yeah, I'm going to vamp it up more. Good. It's going to be, hotter. But the vampires are actually going to kill like vampires kill and things like that. And I echo a lot of what you said. I had it here. Like, tell us the rules. Give us like more of what's going on. But the Sarandon character, I would turn her sooner so that we can see her trying to like deal with that, to figure out like the adjusting to this world before ultimately deciding I don't want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
That's how I would do it. Because again, you see this in a ton of vampire movies. When they're becoming a vampire, some of them, they don't want to kill.
Yeah.
Even though you have to survive, they fight it. They don't want to kill. We didn't see that at all with Susan Sarandon. Like nothing about like, I don't want to do any of this stuff.
Yeah.
It was just like, I don't want to live forever. Like, so we're taking all that stuff off the table. It's confusing.
Yeah. And even if you had like something, what would be great is if you find out that maybe her impetus for doing her research was like Alzheimer's. Maybe her parents had Alzheimer's. She knows she has the gene. She doesn't want to get old. Like, and then that means like, and that's an interesting turn of like, I saw what happened to David Bowie. I don't want to do that.
Right.
So I have to be number one. I'm not going to be number two. You know what I mean? Like that sort of dynamic. I don't know. Go ahead. This is your remake.
Yeah. No, but I mean, that's basically, what we're talking about as far as it goes. But as far as casting, I'm going to do a callback here with Deneuve. I would have Salma Hayek.
Right.
Being a vampire, because she's kind of a good vampire.
Oh, absolutely.
The David Bowie character, Pedro Pascal.
Okay. I see a pattern. All right. Here we go.
There's some hot stuff going on
there.
And then the Sarandon character is going to be Anne Hathaway. So,
okay. I would love to see Salma Hayek and Anne Hathaway make out.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Anne Hathaway's really good at the range of being smart like a doctor, but also vulnerable with, I don't know what's going on, I'm losing my mind, and then being the badass at the end.
Absolutely. Being the queen. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
I could totally see all of that with her. And I cast this before I watched The Odyssey, so.
She's great in The Odyssey. She's so fucking good in The Odyssey.
She is good.
Do you like John Bernthal better in The Odyssey or Spider-Man Brand New Day?
Brand New Day.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
But he's good.
But I do like, spoiler alert, that we have X-Men in both, because one, Spider-Man Brand New Day has what it has, and then The Odyssey, of course, has a Cyclops. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. It's really good, Keith. But yeah, so that's my casting. There we go. So
that's great. Yeah, but fuck this movie. I don't ever need to watch this movie again. I did it twice, and that's enough. That's a time too many.
You watched it twice. You gave it 3 stars. Way to go, Keith. And that's out of 5, just so the listeners know. He's giving it 3 out of 5.
I'm arbitrary with mine. You get a star. You get 2. Speaking of giving stars to shitty movies from the 80s, what are we watching next time?
So our next movie is our final film from 1983. We're closing out 1983.
It feels like we just started 1983.
Well, we're closing it out with Stephen King's Cujo.
Oh, fuck yeah. I've never seen Cujo, so I'm
Are
still...
you being serious?
I had a heart attack.
Wow.
I've had to lie about seeing Cujo one time to Dee Wallace. I met her, and she was like, I don't have any, because my favorite Dee Wallace movie is Frighteners. She didn't have any prints from that, and she's like, I have one from Cujo. Do you want that one, or do you like Cujo? I'm like, I love Cujo. It's the best. Never seen it, but
I like Critters. That's what I like.
Critters is solid. Which one is Leo in? 4? Critters 4.
3 or 4, but I think it's 4. Yeah, I think you might be right.
Okay. Unfortunately, we're not watching that, but we will watch Cujo.
We're watching Cujo.
So next time you come back, we'll be doing it doggy style. And Chad, where can the people find you?
Twitter X, NQC Podcast.
And if you're looking for me, you can find me in the Not Quite Darkness.
Peace.